Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. You can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Cancer? Ace of Cups at the foundation of the reading, Cancer. That is your energy, as well as Scorpio and Pisces, water energy. And I did a quick little pre-pull, and I got the Ace of Cups at the exact same position. So this is framing your reading, and this is telling me, with it coming right up at the foundation, the stability of the reading, the root chakra of the reading, that you are very much in this very balanced energy. I feel a lot of greatness taking place in your life, Cancer, or this is the energy you're moving towards. But there's this other conflicting energy that I was picking up on pretty heavily before I even started the reading. It's like this very chaotic, discombobulated kind of energy, and I feel that this is representing some sort of opposing energy, an opposing force, or people that were really trying to stop you from coming into this place of balance. I feel that there's a lot of positivity taking place in your life. Things are just starting to flow better. Things are starting to work out in your favor. But this is because you've actually put the work in to do this. And isn't it funny, Cancer? When you actually focus on bettering yourself, your circumstances, your environment, and the people in it, the universe responds in a very positive way. It's not rocket science, but we're made to feel like it is. And I feel like you have actually unlocked this truth in your own life. What do we have at the sacral, please? Okay, we're going to take this Ten of Pentacles first. Wow. Virgo energy with that Ten of Pentacles at the sacral, and then Hermit, Virgo energy again at the solar plexus. You are going your own way. You've carved out your own path, Cancer, and this is why this is happening. This Ten of Pentacles energy at the sacral is giving me an energy of some sort of generational karma. It's like you flipped the script. It's like you're breaking chains. You're lighting your own path. You've had some sort of spiritual illumination. You and the connection you have with your higher self, the divine, God, your spirit guides, however that energy connects and speaks with you, is how you're finding this new path. And Cancer, 100% of the time, we're able to step onto these paths in our life, these paths of spiritual awakening, ascension, enlightenment, because we decide to go our own way. We make an agreement with Source, the divine, that we're going to take the path of the black sheep, the path least traveled, or, I feel in your case, Cancer, the path that has never been traveled until now. Picking up a strong energy surrounding family dynamics and you changing the way things are done inside your family lineage. Again, chain breaker energy. This is leading you to a lot of success, Cancer. You know, the way to access blessings that we essentially all have waiting for us is to step onto your path, your destined purpose in this lifetime to unlock your highest potential, which is what allows these blessings to flood through to you with this Ten of Pentacles at the sacral. Refusing to feel isolated and fearful inside your current set of circumstances, and to really be brave and step up and decide to carve out your own path. This is how we unlock all of our blessings. And I speak from example, Cancer. 95% of my life was lived trying to appease the individuals that I had around me, or the individuals who were meant to be a positive influence in my life. All I wanted was their validation. All I wanted was to make those people proud of me. But what I found was no matter how hard I tried, no matter what I did, nothing was ever good enough. It took several decades for me to realize that no matter how hard I worked, I would never be able to receive validation from these individuals. I found myself further and further away from my destined path, only to realize that I'd been fooled. So I decided to turn around and start going the other way. And along with this came me having to end connections, relationships, certain ways of living in my life, black sheep energy. And lo and behold, Cancer, all my blessings were unlocked, and I was able to access all of them. I thought that God had forgotten about me. I thought that I was insignificant to the universe. I thought that the world would be a better place had I not even existed. And what a horrible way to feel. But I believe that I was made to feel this way because these were all signs that I was going the wrong way. Because I certainly don't feel this way now. I feel very loved by God and the divine. I feel blessed, and I feel an energy of purpose. I don't feel powerless to my circumstances, blocked solar plexus energy. Because I self-empowered, I stepped into my confidence. I decided that the validation that I was trying to seek from the individuals around me was only sinking me further and further into the darkness. It takes a tremendous amount of courage and bravery to start carving out your own path, Cancer. But this is what I'm picking up here. A lot of you are being called to do this. And a lot of you have already done this. You're on path, and you're starting to see these blessings flood through to you. What do we have at the heart? Wow. And if there was going to be a card for seeing your blessings flood through to you, it would be the Ace of Pentacles. See, you notice how this Ace of Pentacles is hovering over this doorway, right? This way through. And there's like this peak through there. It's like the pinnacle of success. It's like the divine is taunting you, like, come on, Cancer, just come through here. This is the way you need to go. But there's all these distractions, not allowing you to see your way forward. But then you start carving out your own path, going your own way. And all of a sudden, poof, right there, right in front of you. You see it. You're able to access what's yours by divine rights. We have 2 aces on the table, and I only have 4 cards here. This is a tremendous amount of power and abundance that I'm looking at on this table. And this is all because you've stepped into this hermit energy. You've connected with your higher self. You're lighting your own way in the darkness. You don't need anybody else to validate your existence. You don't need anybody else to validate your steps. You do it on your own with your own higher guidance. And I've been picking this up I picked it up in the Aquarius reading, I think, and the Scorpio reading. There might be some messages surrounding this in the Aries reading too, but it's very much in the collective right now. The collective energy is just all of us really realizing that we've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. We've all been living these lives that are meant to take us off path, lead us astray, take us further and further away from our intended destined path of purpose, which is telling me that it's a force, it's a collective force of darkness that has been working in our own lives, incrementally speaking, to stop us from ascending. And when you think about that on a macro scale, it makes sense. It's an energy of the darkness trying to consume the light, collectively speaking. And we recognize this in our own individual lives by our own set of circumstances. If you want to think of it in terms of yin and yang, right, there needs to be that balance. The darkness needs to stay where the darkness is, and the light needs to stay where the light is. We just need this perfect balance. The darkness can't overtake the light. But we very much live in a time right now where we see, collectively speaking, an influx of these demonic energies that are really trying to just obliterate us. This is a very clear-cut message here, Cancer, that you're meant for something great here, but this takes you going your own way. And unfortunately, we have to have a full breakdown of our environments in order to do this. People, places, things, however it shows up for you, need to be eradicated from your life in order to access this energy. For a lot of you, this is you breaking the chains of generational karma, too many cards, and starting anew based off of a new standard. Wow. 8 of Pentacles, starting anew based off of a new standard, right? There's a lot of wealth on this table, Cancer. But this is all because you're progressing forward on your own path. You're functioning inside this energy of purpose, your destiny. A lot of you who haven't stepped onto this path yet can feel this. You know that there's something meant for you, something bigger. And you know, before I stepped into my purpose, I used to think that that was sort of like a cliche thing to say. I know there's something bigger for me out there. But Cancer, I can't tell you how true this is. When you feel that way, it's real. It's something you feel in your heart. You can't let go of it. No matter how much you try to ignore it, because you feel like you just need to stay where you are. You need to be dealing with this circumstance or that person or whatever it is. You just feel that that's your lot in life. But it's not. It's not. What's meant for you is burning. What's meant for you is burning in your heart, Cancer, with this Ace of Pentacles right there at the heart chakra. This is what you need to head towards, right? Divine's like, come on, Cancer. This thing you feel in your heart, that true heart's desire, this is the way forward. This leads you to the pinnacle of success, 8 of Pentacles, your true destined path, where you're supposed to be. It's through this doorway, spiritually speaking, right? This right here is on the other side of this, right? Abundance, legacy, it's all through that doorway. What do we have at the third eye? Too many cards, but we got the Ace of Swords right there as well. What do we have at the third eye? 3 of Cups. Cancer, that's your energy at the third eye. I just got the chills as well when I saw this 3 of Cups at the third eye, because this is confirming everything I'm saying. And again, this is a very powerful energy on this table. There's not one negative card here, Cancer. These are all incredibly positive cards. This is an energy of support and celebration at the third eye position. This is the divine guiding you, turning your circumstances around, rewriting the script, changing your reality by you simply just turning around and stepping onto your destined path. And I realize that even though I say simply, it's not simple. Not until you step onto path. Now that I've stepped onto my path, I look back and I'm like, man, it was right in front of my face the whole time. I could have done it way sooner. It's so simple. But we get so invested and so consumed by these karmic cycles that we just really see no way out. There's so much chaos and everything is just seemingly working against us. We've hit rock bottom with nowhere to turn. But that's just it, Cancer. When you feel like there's no way out, you can't see your way forward, or you have no options, that's when you're to look to God and surrender and allow the doorway to open up for you, because it will. And again, I speak from experience because I went through this. I realized that when I hit rock bottom, the only way to go was up. Once I changed my mindset and realized that everything around me was failing because it wasn't meant for me, I had something else I was supposed to be doing in my life. I had somewhere else I was supposed to be. Once I realized this and I changed my mindset, everything changed. The doorway opened up. But I had to release everything that couldn't go with me first. A lot of you are at this point where you're being guided to release everything, to just surrender. Allow the divine to guide you out of your current set of circumstances. Walk through the doorway. A lot of those things that you have around you that are holding you back and making you feel weighed down are all illusions. Most of those things won't even matter a year from now. Don't allow your current set of circumstances to consume you, Cancer, because you need to start looking at them as distractions, distracting you from your intended path. What do we have at the crown? Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the crown. Got a lot of ringing going on in my ear right now. It's actually been happening for the past couple of minutes. It's like this consistent ringing. I'm getting high vibrational Knight of Wands energy here at the crown. This is the energy that you're being called to encompass right now, Cancer. It's an energy of courage. It's an energy of confidence. Taking action, changing your mindset. Don't allow these current set of circumstances, like I've been saying, to consume you. Get up, Cancer. Push forward. This is also an energy that's very eager to take action to better their life. Again, change your mindset, Cancer. Change your life. What do we have at the foundation, please, from the Occult Tarot? God, that card flew out. Lovers, Zephyr. I read this as a negative polarity. Gemini energy. This is an energy of imbalance. For some of you, it's an energy of breakups, divorces, just an overall energy of discord. The polar opposite of this Ace of Cups. But this is also an energy here, being that it's the Lovers, is something that's really affecting you emotionally, I feel. There's this polar opposite energy that I'm picking up here, and this is what I was speaking about at the beginning of the reading. Now it makes sense. This opposing energy, this energy that's very discombobulated. I feel like this is the energy that you need to break away from, or you have broken away from, depending on where you are on this timeline here. It's like, it's very demonic, very diabolical. I just heard Looney Tunes. Like the more you start to self-empower and make moves for the betterment of your life, you just start to see how truly outlandish this energy is. They start to make less and less sense to you. It's almost like you take a step back and you look at things from this sort of bigger universal vantage point, and you're like, wow, I didn't see how truly wicked and diabolical you really were until now, right? It's like you're stepping outside the fishbowl. You're removing yourself from these situations. I know this energy so well. I look back at a lot of the things that have happened in my life, and I can't believe I stayed as long as I did. But I didn't know any better at the time because I was too invested. I was too close to the energies to really see things clearly from a wider scope. What do we have at the sacral? Wow. Chariot, Andras, shadow, Cancer energy. Sower of discord, slayer of men. This is read as the Chariot in reverse. This is an energy of giving up. Very domineering kind of energy, very aggressive. This is this energy I'm picking up on. And it's so interesting that it's shadow Cancer energy, right? Which gives me the impression that these energies here were trying to bring out the worst in you as a means to keep you shackled. They wanted to keep you in this low vibrational energy where you lack focus. You don't have any direction in your life. They wanted to make sure that you didn't break the chains of this generational karma right underneath this Ten of Pentacles, which is this energy of legacy. You taking your own path. See, these outlandish, diabolical energies here, the discombobulated energies that I'm picking up on, they're conditioned to keep the cycle going. It's all they know. The idea of you carving out your own path and breaking the chains of generational karma is not something that they're going to sit back and watch. They're going to do everything they can to stop you from doing this. Because think about the way it makes them look, Cancer. It forces them to have to look in the mirror at themselves. And this is not something that these energies are willing to do. Because when these energies look at themselves in the mirror, the beast that is staring back at them is too frightening for them to try and come up against. Now or ever, they refuse to self-examine. They'd rather stay inside an energy of avoidance. What do we have at the solar plexus? Oh, wow. This goes along with what I just said. Hierophant, Arias. And whenever I get this card, it's like this hairy beast, right? With this low-hanging hairy belly here. He's doing something trifling with what looks to be an octopus dog. A rump roast. A meat hook, right? It's like somebody's opened up the door to this beast, this demon that's inside this room, hiding away. I feel like this represents the beast that stares back at them. They don't want to see themselves from this universal vantage point. They don't want to have to look at themselves in the mirror, is really what it comes down to, Cancer, and this confirms it. They'd rather remain inside this generational karma than go through the perceived difficulties of breaking the chains. Like you. You refuse to be caught up in this. I feel that a lot of you have gotten to a point where you're actually enjoying self-examining. And self-examination is something we do for our entire lives. And it's a very positive thing to do this. Because self-examination is really evolution working in our own lives incrementally. Think about it, right? The universe expands. Life evolves. We don't get stuck in old ways of doing things. We evolve. We realize that there's always room for improvement. This is a very high vibrational, very aligned energy to be in. As long as you have this understanding, Cancer, you'll never hit delays, speed bumps, snags, however you want to put it in your life. As long as you keep going with the flow and moving with evolution, everything will run smoothly. What do we have at the heart, please? Nine of Cups, Foras, Pisces energy, greed. And again, goes along perfectly with everything I'm saying here. This is an energy that's always looking for some sort of easy way out. Very greedy kind of energy. Also very lazy. But they act like they're all that, like they're doing some sort of heavy lifting, right? But they're not doing anything. It's just all for show. This is a very entitled energy. I feel like you're dealing with people in your family that hold this entitled energy. I feel like the mere fact that you're related to them makes them feel like this on the top row should be theirs. You know, shadow Cancer energy is very entitled. Some of you could be dealing with low vibrational Cancers in your family. See, a lot of the time, we're going to encounter individuals in our lives that resonate with that shadow energy because it wants to pull us back down into the darkness. So me being a Scorpio, Scorpios are all about transformation. 8th house of transformation, Phoenix rising from the ashes energy. So I've always encountered people that want me to stay in shadow Scorpio energy. It's an energy of not changing, not transforming, remaining very stuck, remaining very stagnant, not realizing my highest potential, right? So take it as it fits in your life, Cancer, but you'll find that this is the same for all zodiac signs. A lot of these struggles that each one of us face in our lives come from that shadow version of ourselves. The things in us that need to be evolved will literally show up in our waking life and stare us directly in the face. And then we have Lekabel, intellectual talent, Virgo energy. 8 of Pentacles twice. And I was just talking about Scorpio energy. And even though this is Virgo energy, Scorpio is the 8th house of transformation. So 88. I'm just getting an energy that is really speaking to me about this phoenix rising from the ashes energy. 88 also represents great success, abundance, prosperity. And this all has to do with your purpose, Cancer. Intellectual talent. It's all here. 8 of Pentacles is all about you mastering whatever it is you do. You're the best at it. Whatever it is, this is your way out. That thing that everybody has tried to steer you away from, that thing that seems so hard to access because of everything else that's going on in your waking life, that thing that is your true heart's desire brings in this Ace of Pentacles right there through that doorway. This is a very clear reading, Cancer. What do we have at the throat, please? 3 of Swords, Libra energy, Rahel, the quickly forgiving God. Love and submission, cures illness, influences paternal love, gives long life. And whenever I get this card, the imagery is somebody who I feel has closed out a cycle in their life. And see how the boulder's red and the sword's red? It's like you've closed off this cycle. You've put a boulder there, you're driving your sword through it. You're healing from the pain of the past, the struggles you've had to go through. You're releasing this sorrow. And again, some of you are dealing with divorces, but this is you moving on from all that. However this shows up for you. What do we have at the third eye? 5 of Wands, Leo energy, Ha'a'ia, God listening in concealment, politics and ambition, wins judgments, and protects all those who seek the truth. This is an energy here of success and harmony right underneath this 3 of Cups. Celebration, success, harmony at the third eye. How you perceive your environment, this is what you're heading towards. That change of mindset that I was speaking around, right? Speaking around. I meant to say speaking about. Speaking around. So there's something here that a lot of you are circling. I feel like you're circling an idea. Something is going around in your mind. Third eye energy. So that's the intuitive guidance. The divine is showing you the way out. It's like this idea is circling around in your mind. That's really going to speak to a lot of you. I feel like that alone is going to answer a lot of your questions, Cancer. I know that's for a whole bunch of you out there. What do we have at the crown? Boom. And there it is. 8 of Swords, Gemini energy, Mebahel, God, protector and savior, truth and justice, protection from enemies who would steal one's fortune. This is an energy of liberation. It's an energy of freedom. This is what's circling around in your mind, Cancer. Liberating yourself from this cycle, whatever this represents to you. This is an energy of hope. Breaking the chains of this generational conditioning or this relationship or this environment, this job, however it fits for you. 8, 8, 8. Karma. Generational karma. And if this does have to do with relationships, a lot of the relationships we find ourselves in, whether they're romantic, friends, have a mirroring effect on this generational karma. The dynamics that this generational karma holds will show up in our relationships. It's a blanketed energy that will sprinkle itself over every sector of our life until we break the chains and step into our intended paths, Cancer. Cancer, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for your donations, Cancer. Take care.